Okay, so we're just going over a quick trade review for US30 and GBPUSD from this morning. So first we had this GBPUSD sent a trade cut up last night in Telegram of this low here we were looking at. And so we went down, we hit that low. We were actually talking about shorts going into that, but ended up closing out. And then when it hit that low, we watched the response. Right there, we got long off that engulfing candle. Really, we were on the 1 minute chart. Just took some price action based off of that. Let me see if we can get zoomed in on there. Yeah, so pulled right down in here. And first we aimed for, it was 34 pips, so we risked 15, so that was 2 to 1. Then we were looking at 3 to 1, so 45 pips. After that, we're aiming right there for the high of the day. That was at 100 pips. So we've already hit and exceeded 100 pips. We're still holding this. It's at 115 right now, and our next TP is going to be right up there at 188. So right now we're sitting at T3 for 100. That was at GBPUSD. Yo, what up, bully? What's going on? So that trade actually played out really well with dollar. Dollar went bearish and gave pretty much the same setup. We wanted it to go a bit higher, but it never made it. Made this little trend here, just quick break and retest to structure, then sold off to the lower part of this gap that we were looking at there. So again, with dollar trading up above that, that helped us get in that GU there. So we also got in here at US30. So this is originally what we were looking for, was the high of the day. Then we were looking for this gap in here. Then we were looking for the high of the week there at T3. So we entered here again right at bond open. Or GU wasn't at bond open, but this one was. And we put our stop down there as about 50 points. And first we were looking for that high of the day. That put us right at 2 to 1. We got to that pretty quick. That was within 10 minutes. We tapped that gap right there, and it pulled back pretty heavy. Right, we got all the way back down to less than 1 to 1. It was wicking around that 1 to 1. Then it pushed to our T2, filling that gap that we were looking at. Once it got to the T2, 4 to 1, we're up 200 points. Then there was news with the FOMC speaker, and they were talking about how really we're not out of the mud. We're still going to have a lot to deal with as far as policy and what's going on with inflation. So I think right now we're just kind of in that phase in the market where that creates bullish situations to then sell to in the future. But we've had this big bearish push going on recently, and finally pulling back just a little bit. I don't think, like I said, I don't think we're completely out of the bearishness, but I think that short term, you know, is great for these trade setups. It was a really easy trade setup. Went for yeah, what is it, 460 points? Yeah, right here, 515. It's really as far as it's gone today. But a lot of opportunity there. As far as the T4, we never really set a T4, but where I'd be looking after this would be right here, right there, filling in that gap. So a little bit left on it. We could call that T4. So that was US30. So one trade that we ended up getting in and then closing out here was UCAD, but it would have been a really great trade. This was the original target here. We also had a possible up here. And it just barely wicked it. And when that happened, we weren't really expecting much, right? There was still a lot of opportunity there. And so the interest rate decision happens right here, 10 o'clock. So right there we get interest rate. It pushes up. We were in a bullish trade, and we saw dollars start pushing down, so we went ahead and closed out. UCAD traded all the way up, and really that's just a fib short. Pulls up right there, 80%, then trades down again, pulls up above 50%, and then sells off. So that was a pretty nice trade there as well. Didn't get to catch that one, but could have caught some opportunity there, but was already in GU, so just left it. And then EU, pretty much a mirror of GU, just copied it. But it was a good trading day. Just a quick little trading review for you guys on US30 here. Again, went for over 9-1 all the way to T3. And GU went for over 6-1 over 100 pips. Solid day. September is moving.